Well, hey, soul peeps, I'm back, all recharged and refreshed. Thank you so much for your kind comments and love and care. I got what I needed, and those moments show up in our lives. They do. Things get busy and things get fast, and we get caught up in the moment, and sometimes we forget what we are supposed to do for ourselves. And so I want to thank you for all of your care and concern, and know that all is well and part of the course of things, part of sometimes the natural unfoldment of us becoming more and more self-aware. And I'd like to talk a little bit about that because I got so much concern as to how I was doing and how I was feeling, and I want to address how we look at different situations. And first and foremost, I want you to know I'm extremely grateful for the care and support. I truly am. I had a lot of my life very much alone and isolated, so to have you embrace me and hold me and care for me in that way, please know it is cherished beyond what words can say. But I do want to also talk about how we look at things like tiredness or even anger or depression or upset, and how when those things show up in a moment for ourselves or someone else, we might feel like we want to judge it or push it away, or got to get over that, or God, don't want to feel this way, or sweep it under the rug, or whatever way we do that. And I want to let you know that we chose to have a human experience, and it is a gift to have that human experience. And part of that gift is the span of emotions that we are allowed to have and move through and understand and know, and the senses that we have to engage in to also expand on all of that emotion. And there's so much talk, especially in consciousness, about, these emotions are higher vibration and these emotions are lower vibration, and you don't want to be here and you don't want to be there. And I want to address that because I have a different perspective on it. I honestly don't see anger and joy as very different. I see them both as experiences. I see them both as things that show up that allow us to experience the human nature. It is what we do with it that is the issue, not having it. And I bring that up because I had a woman write to me yesterday, and she asked me for love and light about an argument that she and her husband had had, and she had said some things that she wished she had not said, because she knows or believes words have power, and whatever she said she's going to create, and she doesn't want anything bad to happen to her husband. Now, we've all been there. We've all been in a situation where we've said something in the heat of a moment and wished we had never said it, and wished we could take it back, or have carried it through our lives thinking, gosh, that was one conversation I wish I could have redone, or wish I hadn't said that, or, is something happening to them because of what I said? We each will have an experience like that in our lives. And I want you to understand, it's not the words. Saying something in a moment, even if it's in the heat of a moment, even if it's in anger or rage, even if it's in love, in that moment, we are in experience. And that part's okay. That part doesn't create anything. I mean, it may create some reaction from the other person, but it doesn't create anything manifesting in your life or in their life just by saying it. What does create, however, is the guilt or any other feeling and emotion you attach to it and string after it, that it lingers in. And this woman, just by the way her email was written, I could tell she was carrying some guilt. She had been carrying guilt, and this is something that had happened, I guess, a bit before. So she'd been carrying that guilt for a little bit of time. It's the guilt and the lingering emotion around and the judgment around what was said or done, or how the reaction came across, that would actually manifest something, not the actual words. It's what we surround it with after the fact, because that's what holds it in a certain vibration. So when you read the works of many of the great people that talk about certain emotions being higher vibrations and lower vibrations, I don't believe it's talking about it happening in that moment. I think it's talking about what you sit in for a long time. And if you're sitting in it for a long time, then yes, it's going to create something. But if it is something that just occurs, then it's perfectly fine. And I'm reminded of this daily because I have a little 3-year-old Krish, who you will meet. And he is just the most theatrical, boisterous, amazing little thing. And he can be joyful and laughing and hilarious in 1 second, and the next second he will be throwing a tantrum and screaming and kicking and crying and asking for what he wants. And then 2 seconds later, he's playing with his train set again, and he's giggling and he's talking to his toys. He is in experience every single second. Now, do you really think that his anger is going to create something? Or that his joy was going to create something? No, because he's in the experience and he hasn't attached anything to it. He's left the moment where that moment was, and he's back in the next present moment. And if we can learn that from kids, all of a sudden, the experience that we have in life completely changes. And so I want you to go forward more gently. Forgive yourself of the things that do happen in a second, in a heat of a moment, because you're just experiencing something that had to happen in that way. And as you grow more conscious, those things will be less and less. And you do have to be responsible in caretaking after a reaction has happened, if it has just happened in the heat of a moment. And then you also need to go back and forgive and take care of yourself and do the work that you need to do on the inner landscape so that nothing gets created. But we need to move away from so much judgment about everything that takes place and move more into being in each and every moment as it is, in expressing and creating in each and every moment exactly as it is. And so thank you. Thank you for sharing and caring, and thank you for writing in. I love the comments. I love being connected to all of you and hearing from you, so please keep doing that. I am trying to respond to every single person and will continue to do so. And I have a little surprise for you. I am adding a clip of my singing rehearsal, one of my lessons, and I actually did pretty good. I'm beginning all of this, and I didn't do any singing yet. We're doing exercises, and I had been given a breathing exercise to practice. And she said I did good. So I'm really excited, and here's the clip. So enjoy.
All right. Now, what you have to really do in this exercise is get super greedy. All right. So I'm going to stand up and count for you without the boom bop part, but let all the air out. And I what I'm going to tell you is that you need to use the least amount of air that you possibly can on each hit. So it's going to be more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3. You want to just really make it the least amount of air you can use and get the sound to come out. And what's going to happen is you're going to have an expansion. You're going to go for longer. Okay. So you're going to hoard your air, basically. And this is an isometric exercise where the muscle's pushing in here and the air wants to push out here. So what's happening is you're getting sort of a double wall action thing, and what it does is builds this very thin diaphragm muscle. So when you're ready to hold a note or go and run a line up or something like that where you're running higher up into a song, you've got the breath support to be able to do that because you've trained this muscle.
Okay.
All right,
I'm ready to try again.
is that clearness to you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. What'd you get?
I got 19.
Hey, that's an awesome count. Does that feel good?
Yes.
It feels great. You can do it anywhere. The only thing I would say is don't do it while you're driving because you might get a little lightheaded, and I'm being totally serious at this point. I used to be driving and I would get lightheaded, and I thought, ooh, I need to tell my students don't do it. But yeah, you can do that all day, and this muscle will just get.
I did the counting exercise.
And
We're on our way to being a singer. So was that not a riot? I mean, oh my gosh, 19 breaths. I couldn't believe it. And I'm practicing, and I'm singing at the top of my lungs throughout the house. You should hear me singing Girl on Fire and Diamonds by Rihanna. It's kind of funny. It's a good thing the music's on really loud because you can't really hear my voice. But we'll get to that, and at some point she's going to ask me to sing something, so then we'll see if I really can sing or not. Right now we're just doing the ya, 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 ya. So we're just practicing all that kind of stuff. Anyway, I want to wish you the most amazing, awesome day. Just a beautiful, beautiful day. And I wish you well, and let yourself be in every moment as it happens with whatever is going to show up, because that is your gift of being human. It's our gift to be human and to be in whatever expression that we want to be in every second of the day, because it's all about being in this present moment. There is no other. So in love, of love, and with love, I'm Simran, and I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. Who knows what'll happen?